What's up, guys and ladies? How's everybody doing today? Lovely Sunday morning, top of the world to you from Los Angeles, California, our studio. This is your lovable host, the one and only Danny K, SonicFlare. What's cooking, everyone? So, a couple of big announcements. I promised or indicated on my last video that some stuff would be coming in. There's going to be a big video dropping in a couple of days, maybe even sooner, about a new partnership that I'm announcing, which is going to be awesome. I think you guys are going to like it. Hopefully you guys are going to like it. I think you will. There's something in it for you all as well. And I'm super stoked because it's lending my expertise, so to speak, and, you know, my 20 plus years of reviewing hi-fi and audio and music and all that, and, you know, not least of which starting my own YouTube channel a couple of months ago, or what is it, 5 months ago now, 4 months ago, and putting that effort into something maybe even a little greater than that. So super stoked about it. Can't wait to share more details with you guys. That's coming very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, what do we have? Well, you know, we have my new shelf, which you guys can see in the background, the courtesy of Woodley. Or I shouldn't say courtesy, it's built by Woodley. All, you know, I wanted something made in America. Did not get this for free, trust me. Paid for it, and it's fantastic. I've been able to organize all my jazz records here, so what you guys are looking at are my collection of jazz records. And promise room tour and all that is coming. I know you guys are itching at the bits to see that. And I look forward to showing it to you just from the perspective of, you know, so you guys know what I have and what's playing and what's cooking. In the meantime, if you're new to the channel, we welcome you to this lovely channel where we cover music, hi-fi, high-end audio, maybe a few other things in the future that I think are just from a different angle, different perspective, right? The SonicFlare perspective, if it were. What we're going to talk about today, however, are the usual fare, which is new records. All right, so what do we have? Well, we've got a couple of cool things. First up, I have a great new, this was a reissue of her second LP. Of course, it's the great Madeleine Peyroux, great jazz singer. And this came out, I believe, in 2006, and triple LP, done by the Concord Music Group. So it's a triple gatefold, very nicely done. Let me see if I can open this. Ooh, actually, really nice. The second, or the albums 2 and 3 are live versions of the album. Careless, of course. Absolutely great record. Beautiful recording, very nice remaster, sounds amazing, you know, very sort of soulful, tuneful, great space around the instruments. Just I guess it's an audiophile record, but it's great music, right? Love it. So I figured I would, I'd send Madeleine an email. I'm like, hey, Danny K, SonicFlare got your new triple LP. Would you mind sending me an autographed something or another? And she responded immediately. And she's like, oh my God, Danny K, seriously? Wow. Yes, happy to. So she sent me a lovely little autographed print of the cover. I'm just kidding. This is actually courtesy. I wish she would respond to my emails. Probably way too busy for that. And she's like, Danny who? What? Gans? What? Isn't he in Vegas? Anyway, this is courtesy of the lovely folks at Fingerprints Music, my local record store. They had a bunch of these, actually, I don't know, maybe about 10 of them, I think, that I saw with the autographed print. So thank you, Fingerprints. Absolutely awesome stuff. And a great record and great music. So what's next? Well, this is kind of cool. I always look for new stuff. And I see something, I pull up my phone, and I, play the first couple of cuts. I'm like, hey, is this something I can get into? Is this something that I'm going to like? Yes, no, whatever, maybe. And this is something that is out of that mold. The Rugget Nuggets Odds and Ends This is recorded in the San Fernando Valley, and it is basically it's an instrumental collection of West Coast vibes and music. Never heard of these guys before. Beautiful, great pressing on electric blue vinyl. Just kidding, it's white vinyl, of course. But nonetheless, sounds fantastic. Really nice recordings. Think of like California 70s, 80s themes. Lots of guitars, some good drum stuff. It's all instrumental. Absolutely fantastic. Super nice recording. Very punchy, very dynamic. It's got a lot of shove and guts. So highly recommend this. You check it out. Then we have a great record. In fact, this is by Alex Turner, of course, of the Arctic Monkey fame and fortune. This is an EP. I guess it's not a record. It's an EP because it's got 6 cuts on it, plus a download code that I generally toss as soon as I get them because it's like, who cares about the download code? But whatever. Nice touch, I guess. Yeah, fantastic little 10-inch EP. Beautiful pressing. It's got 6 songs on it, guitar and vocals. That's it. And it's the soundtrack to the movie Submarine. Absolutely fantastic. Arctic Monkeys, recording quality, some of the stuff that I listen to, it's overly compressed, just smashed together. Not my cup of tea, even though the music is pretty darn good in many cases. The recording quality, just to me, is just bleh. So this actually was a super nice surprise. Fabulous recording quality. Sounds fantastic. Great job. So check this out. And, because it's an EP, it's not expensive. Next up, absolutely great stuff from the folks at BadBadNotGood. This is pretty sure it's their 4th album now at this point in time. It's a double LP. All 4 of their albums are double LPs, if I'm not mistaken. Beautiful white vinyl copy. This is the special edition indie record, white vinyl. Fabulous. They always do a great job of recording this. It sounds really, really good. Very punchy. I guess on first listen you would think, oh, this is kind of like new jazz. But it's really beyond that. I mean, it's got Brazilian themes. It's got obviously jazz themes. There's a little bit of, Coltrane Davis, Ayrton, probably a little bit of Azimuth in there as well for good measure. Great album. Highly recommended. BadBadNotGood. You'll love it. Go way back to their first album. It's fantastic music, beautifully done, and very nice recording. Which then kind of, the Brazilian theme carries on into Jazz's dad. Been talking too much all week. Jazz is dead. Yes, I got it this time. And this is a phenomenal series. There's 10 records out now. I think the 10th one is like a remix album. Fantastic series of these jazz legends. I mean, Roy Ayers is on here, Gary Bartz, Azimuth, Marcos Valle, Joao Donato. Fantastic. It's the original musicians with their original instruments, basically re-recording many of their hits, many of their famous songs, as well as a few that are a little under the radar, but just a great series. I have the one with Roy Ayers. I have the one with Azimuth, which is fantastic. That's a 45 double LP. This is the first one. It just came out, and highly recommended. If you want to get into cool Brazilian themes and rhythms, it's killer. Absolutely killer. Then, of course, no record shopping day would be complete without the one and only, the great, the one half of Steely Dan. No, not Walter Becker. Unfortunately, he passed away too soon. But, of course, Donald Fagen. And this is a live... I'm not using lights today. Can you tell? I'm using my monitors as background lighting. So it's... Can you see my emails that I'm sending out? No, you can't. So, Donald Fagen live recorded in 2019. Fantastic. Not too many cuts on here, which is actually great because it's a single LP. And I hate it when they squish, they don't give the groove space to breathe and live. And, you know, there's 4 cuts per side. You know, you got all the classics, New Frontier, Nightfly, of course, Ruby Baby, which is fantastic, IGY, Maxine, absolutely killer cuts by the great Donald Fagen. Awesome recording. Highly recommended. Pressing is great, quiet, punchy, dynamic, the whole kit and caboodle. Absolutely well done. Then, of course, we have, probably moving a notch beyond that theme, we have the very first record of Everything But the Girl. This is their first album, came out in '84, which is kind of hard to believe. So it's Tracy Thor, and I always forget the other guy's name. I apologize. No offense. Please forgive me. No hate mail. Tracy Thor, she did 2 or 3 solo albums a couple of years ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago, that are, one of them is really good. The other one, kind of, whatever. But this is their first album. Very nicely done. This is the half-speed mastered version at Abbey Road Studios. You know, honestly, this whole half-speed master thing to me is, which is the reason why I buy these records and not have someone give them to me. Unlike last time, which of course is, you know, the first time I actually reviewed records that were given to me, the great Yarlung video. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Hey Siri, stop. I've got chicken cooking for the doggies in the oven, so I figured I'd just always set a timer for Siri's, otherwise the chicken burns off. But anyway, this whole half-speed mastered thing, etc., you know, guys, don't buy into the hype. It's, a lot of it is marketing. I'm willing to bet that if you had the regular cut version of this next to the half-speed mastered version, all other things being equal, I don't know that you would hear any difference. I don't know. Maybe you would. Maybe I'm wrong. But don't look at the half-speed mastered stuff. It's whatever. And then, La Bombe Surprise. The coup de résistance. This is something that I've been looking for quite a while. And I haven't been able to find a clean copy for little money. They kind of go for a little bit, couple of bucks. But I finally found it on eBay. Great seller, $15. The Telarc original of Tchaikovsky's 1812 bombastic Aramorama. It's just friggin' awesome. So, of course, Tchaikovsky, you know, beautiful classical composer. He did this record, and Telarc, if you guys don't know, was this fancy, super fancy label in the mid-'70s, late '70s, up into the sort of mid-'80s that, you know, they recorded all their stuff digital, which was kind of like their claim to fame. They had that SoundStream 50 kilohertz process. It was 16-bit resolution, but unlike the CD, it went up to 50 kilohertz and, you know, gave it more space, resolution, this, that, and the other, all that, more ambience. So they did a bunch of these records, again, digital recordings, but then, you know, obviously pressed on vinyl. I'm pretty sure this is JVC vinyl, because all of their, if you get the originals, they're dead quiet. There's not a single pop or tick on them. They're basically reference quality vinyl. I highly, highly recommend you get this. The music's fantastic, I think. Obviously, Tchaikovsky. But this particular 1812, what's famous about this record is they used actual real cannon shots throughout the performance. And digitally recorded, of course, the cannon shots, as well as the rest of the music. And the claim to fame of this record is that it came with a lovely little warning label. And I'm going to show it to you, because how many times do you get a record with a warning label on it? It's kind of cool, right? So this was it, right? Warning label on pink paper. Hey, did you get fired? Did you get a pink sheet? Just kidding. So some of the things that it says on here is, you know, actually, let me put on my glasses, because I can't read anymore, unfortunately, unless I have my glasses. All right, so, NewsHour. A particular cartridge or cartridge tone arm combination may mistrack during the cannon shots, of course. Anti-skate and all other turntable adjustments must be set exactly according to specifications. In most instances, it will be necessary to adjust the tracking force to the maximum limit suggested by the manufacturers. And then this is my favorite. Some amplifiers may clip or run out of power at high levels, causing distortion. Editorializing it right now. If your speakers blow up or your amp blows up, it's not our fault, because guess what? We printed it on this pink sheet here. Then, of course, we have, some speakers may not be able to reproduce the canon passages cleanly and may bottom out on some shots. I love it. And then, of course, damage could result to your speakers or other components if the record is played back at excessively loud levels. So if you get this record and you blow up your shit, don't call me and tell me that, you told me to get this record and I played it and everything, woofers flew out 50 yards. No. There's a warning label. And if your record didn't come with it, mine did, and I just read it to you. So seriously, this is probably one of those audiophile classic test records that were played to death at hi-fi shows in the late 70s, early 80s. But if you can find a clean copy, highly recommend it. It sounds unbelievable. The cannon shots have power and shove that will literally just completely whack you over. It's the Maxell commercial. In 3D, atmospheric cinemascope sound. Fantastic recording of Tchaikovsky's 1812. And there you have it, folks. Another day, another dollar spent on records. We'll see you guys soon. Stay tuned for those news that I told you about. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Ciao.